So TikTok has made some really dumb people famous. TikTok and YouTube, including myself. I'm a really dumb person. I should not really be any closer famous. Obviously, I. But Addison Ray is obviously one of these people. I do not believe that should not be famous at all. She's only famous because he did dances on TikTok and little girls tried to copy them as well. Basically, she's another example of they get lucky. They get lucky. And then they become famous overnight, that type of stuff. But it seems that now Addison Rae is, so entitled. She's demanding Hollywood to give her a style. Oh, yes, something that you have to basically earn as well. I'm not a whole big fan of Hollywood, modern Hollywood, obviously, but you have to basically earn your Hollywood style. You have to earn it. You can't demand, Hollywood to give you a style, obviously, as well. And they're trying to make Addison Rae into the next big thing. It's just not gonna work, okay? Her 5 seconds of fame were already over with her TikTok career, which I don't really think people really care all too much about Addison Rae. Her music career has failed. It's not really doing too well, you know, as well. Addison Rae, I don't think it's gaining really many more followers anymore because people really don't care about her. But they're trying to make her into the next, you know, huge pop star, huge singer that everybody's gonna listen to, that everybody's gonna like as well. And I just don't think it's gonna really work because you can't make you can't make every single person into a star. And they're gonna learn the hard way from last year. Last year they tried to make Chaperone, everybody was gonna listen to Chaperone because he's queer. Oh wait, people don't care about her anymore. She's losing listeners very quickly as well. And you know, you know, and Addison Rae has 88 million followers, but not many of those followers are really listening to her music as well. Okay, but they're trying to basically make her into this next big thing. They're trying to basically, make her into the next big thing as well here. But Addison Rae's follower count and many accounts have had a downward trend because people really don't care about her, and she was basically, you know, she's basically irrelevant at this point, and they're trying to make her relevant again as well. But Addison Rae, much like most YouTubers and TikTok styles, don't really stay relevant for too long. Okay, they the author that's a very bad person, like a PDF file like Dream, or they just get the like 5 seconds of fame. And really, with the internet, a lot of artists, stars, and singers have come and gone as well. And especially trying to break out into the music industry, which is very, very competitive even now, because because there are people who only listen to older music. There are people who, there are huge stars and singers that already have huge established fan bases. You basically have to be put on autoplay constantly, which is how artists like Billie Eilish, Dua Lipa, and of course Chaperone became popular because they would try to recommend them on every single playlist because that's how basically those singers became stars. But I just don't think Addison Rae will be like that. And also those artists don't really have a good shelf life. A lot of these newer artists like Dua Lipa. Okay, people don't realize this, but Dua Lipa, she was one of the biggest artists in 2020. Okay, her song had billions and billions and billions of streams, and now her third album released. I think it's a third album. I think it's called. It's the one with the socks on it. It's called like Radical Optimism, and no one bought it. Like it released, it dropped out of the charts in 3 weeks. Literally, it dropped out of the charts in 3 weeks. Okay, it was basically one of the biggest commercial failures in music history, and it's because he didn't stay relevant. Because her music, was mostly popular amongst TikTok users, which, unfortunately, TikTokers and TikTok singers and TikTok artists, they don't really stay relevant too long. They don't stay like Taylor Swift for like a decade. And the reason why Taylor Swift has stayed relevant for a decade is because people like her music. Because people are like, oh my god, I like her songline. But Dua Lipa, she doesn't have that. She does not have that, okay? And her album did not sell too well. Okay, it's different for an established artist like Lady Gaga if she releases a new album because he already has a huge established fan base, so people are going to buy her albums or streaming them. I don't know, same thing on Taylor Swift as well. That's the reason why. Oh, Towards the Post Department was the best-selling album of last year, and I just don't think any of these new artists, Charlie XCX, Chaperone, okay, maybe Billie Eilish may have somewhat of an audience to stay open, but there's so many artists like Lana Del Rey. Does anyone remember who Lana Del Rey is? Well, guess what? Besides outside of her cult following, Lana Del Rey's albums and songs just don't do well. They don't do well. And I get her music is not for everybody, but her first album, I think it was called Border Die Paradise Edition. Okay, that every album Lana Del Rey has released since that album has not done very well as well. Look at just look at her most popular songs, and they're all from that album as well. Okay, and I don't think Sorry XCX will stay relevant, obviously, as well. That's another one of the new singers they tried to force on everybody. They tried to, have that stupid Brat Summer. It was literally the most forced thing in the world. Of course, music nerds loved it, but outside of Album of the Year, which is an echo chamber, literally one of the, basically, Album of the Year is basically like Reddit for music. Okay? It's a giant echo chamber, and that's why people don't use Album of the Year. Okay? Yeah. Because most people will be outed as normies, or have like a bad taste in music, when everybody has a different taste in music, okay, as well. But it's just absolutely absurd that Addison Rae is just demanding, like, she is not Taylor Swift. She's not some of these artists have been around for decades who arguably deserve a Hollywood star way more than Addison Rae. Addison Rae is just a TikTok star. That's all she really is. I don't think she's in any movies. If she is, it's probably like these minor movies that like sell $2 and no one watches them. Okay, I'm actually gonna see if she's in anything, any movies or TV shows, as well. She's in Thanksgiving. Oh wait, that's the only movie she's been in, and she's demanding she's basically demanding a Hollywood, style. Yeah. Also, her music career isn't really doing too well. Her most recent song, Headphones On, has not even cracked 2 million streams daily. Okay, this is supposed to be someone who is one of the most famous people on the internet, and her song is not even cracking 2 million daily streams. Okay, for example, remember Towards the Post Department, Taylor Swift had 25 million streams on her first day for the most popular song on the album as well. Even like, I know I don't like Billie Eilish that much. Even like Billie Eilish had like 10 million, had like 8 or 9 million streams on one song at one point. But Addison Rae is not this huge star and huge singer like the internet makes out to be. Another similar case is the D'Amelio family. They have kind of faded into obscurity. If you really think about it, do you hear anything about them anymore? Probably not. And I think the same thing will happen to Addison Rae. I am shocked that Addison Rae has stayed relevant for this long as well. Considering that almost all TikTok stars come and go, Addison Rae, not coming and going is a huge shocker, I think, to everybody as well. But the time will come. Most artists usually don't stay around for a while. There are very few artists that do. And even then, sometimes they ruin their careers, like Katy Perry did, as well. But yep, that's what this video here. Goodbye.